From Peoria, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Tony Heredia and Debbie Hasselbacher. The Midstate News with Matt Wetterston and Greg Toth with the Midstate reporting team. The Sporting Life with Christine Cisco. State of the Arts with Ashley Cassie. At the Movies with Danielle Sanz. And Melody Esler takes us about town. Stephanie Watson takes it to the streets. Our Croatian diary belongs to Christina Juke. Katie Lee brings us spiritual savvy. And Pagain Patayo means let's eat. Now from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine, with your hosts, Tony Heredia and Debbie Hasselbacher. Take it, kids.
Hello, and welcome to this evening's edition of Midstate Magazine. I'm Debbie Hasselbacher.
And I'm Tony Heredia. And Deb, you know, it's, Deb, can I call you Deb?
If you feel that we have that connection.
I think we do. I think we're on an informal first name basis here.
Then
it's cool.
It's Deb it is.
You know, it's fall time. It's been fall for a couple of weeks, and I was just talking to you. My hair is getting a little out of control.
Is it?
I'm not so sure what I think about it. It doesn't get long so much, so it might not, to some girls, it might not appear like it's getting all that badly.
I don't notice it.
Right.
I kind of notice like shaggy things, and I don't notice it with your hair. I really don't.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I just know the little things that get to me because it starts to like shag around my ears. Like if you know,
okay, when you point it out, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, if you pull it down, then it's a problem. But if
does it bother you back here, like on your neck?
No, not so much. Not so much.
See,
I can't imagine what it'd be like to be a dog though in this kind of weather, short hair, long hair.
Well, you'd think the longer the hair, the warmer they might be.
Well, right.
I often wonder though if my cat, like, because she's not supposed to go outside, but she runs outside.
Mm-hmm.
And she's pretty little, and I often wonder, does her fur really keep her that warm?
Or that cool, for that matter, because fur is also supposed to be a type of insulation, isn't it?
Yes.
Against hot weather?
Yes. So I wonder that, because I noticed that they like to lay in the sun a lot. They love to sunbathe, if you call a cat sunbathes. I don't know,
Sure.
Getting a tan, but I know that they love to lay in the sun, and I don't know. I've never really asked her, my kitten, so maybe I'll have to ask her sometime.
You'll have to ask her sometime.
and see what she says.
And then maybe she'll ask you why people like to lay out in the sun, because people lay out in the sun too.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, but I don't think for the same reason cats do.
I'm looking at these weird topics. I don't know.
I don't know. We just flow.
It is kind of natural.
We just flow.
Well, this week we're going to check out our news with Matt and Greg, and they have a gentleman from Loaves and Fishes, so take it away, guys.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Midstate News. I'm Greg Toth.
And I'm Matt Wetterston. There is a newly renovated facility in town that aids the disabled. It's called Abilities Plus, and Midstate reporter Lee Crenshaw takes us there.
From recreation and socialization to practical on-the-job training, the staff at Abilities Plus is now better able to serve the disabled community with a newly renovated facility in Kewanee, Illinois. I got the opportunity to sit down with Executive Director Carol Blake to learn more about the facility and services offered there.
What we have is a facility we think is designed for people with disabilities. We have wide hallways so people can pass, and particularly if you're in a wheelchair or walker, you still have room. We have an exercise room that will help our people with physical disabilities, computer training lab, and we have all the things that we really feel we needed.
The facility is a former Illinois Power building. At 30,000 square feet, Abilities Plus now has space to offer expanded services to everyone, from children to adults.
What we do is we secure training activities from local businesses, subcontracts, and then our people are trained on how to perform that job and paid accordingly, usually piece rate. Back 45 years ago when the organization first began, there were no services at all, and families were left to have their kids at home and to look forward to maybe caring for them for the rest of their life. And now, I think it's realistic to think that they might get a job and maybe leave home.
For more information on Abilities Plus, please visit the website listed at the bottom of the screen. From Midstate News, I'm Lee Crenshaw. Back to you, Matt and Greg.
Thanks, Lee. In scientific news, NASA has set a new window to launch Space Shuttle Discovery, the first flight since Columbia's demise in February 2003. Despite being hit by 2 of the 4 hurricanes that ravaged Florida over the summer, workers are optimistic on its success. They hope to send astronauts back to the moon and to create permanent bases on the moon and then move on to Mars. Well, with the war in Iraq taking place, what can you do to support our troops? Operation We Care and Magnet America have joined forces to create yellow ribbon magnets. These Support Our Troops magnets have been found recently all over cars. Proceeds go to Operation We Care in order to raise money to send care packages to the men and women in the military this holiday season. You can purchase these magnets at a local business near you or order them online at www.magnetamerica.com. Heading over to today's Oddly Enough, a 5-year-old boy who aspires to be a doctor received some unexpected training as an obstetrician when he helped his mother deliver his baby sister. After the mother's water broke, she called family members for assistance. She realized the baby was coming a little sooner than expected. Her son helped with the towels, kept the family cat, Smokey, out of the area, and held his mother's hand while she pushed. In a matter of minutes, Maya entered the world 2 weeks before her scheduled arrival, weighing 6 pounds and 15 ounces. When asked did he know where babies came from, he replied, "Yep, no storks." Now we're going to head over to Michelle Coyle with a special in-studio guest who represents Loaves and Fish.
Thanks, Matt and Greg. And with us today is Larry, a representative from Loaves and Fish. Loaves and Fish is a very beneficial program for our community. Can you explain more how it got started?
Sure. In 1994, the Heart of Illinois Harvest, which is a program that recycles or reclaims food from restaurants and other institutions that used to get thrown into dumpsters, they came to our church and asked if we'd do a feeding program on Saturday morning. And we've been doing that, as I said, for the past 10 years. We have fed 98,000 people over those years. We get food from schools, and we get ours from Richwoods High School and Dunlap school systems. That comes on Friday morning or Friday afternoon, and then a group of us go on Friday and we bring the food in and figure out what we're going to serve. And then we come in at 7:30 on Saturday morning and we get the food ready. Sometimes we have to cook. In fact, recently we've had to do a lot of cooking. But anyway, it's been a very beneficial program, both for our church and for the community as well, and for the people who need the food.
How many people on average come on Saturday?
Over the past 10 years, we've served 190 on average per Saturday. Now it's gone up to about 225 per Saturday.
All right. And there's a lot of volunteers that get involved. What organizations are they from?
We've had, well, originally we thought our church was going to provide the workers, but over the years we've had workers come from 250 different organizations, including Bradley University. I remember one time we had the entire women's athletic department from Bradley come, including the basketball players, and I had to look up to a lot of women
All right.
that week.
So if you want to volunteer time, it's every Saturday from 9:30 to 2 o'clock.
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in. And now back to Matt and Greg in the news studio.
Thanks a lot, Michelle, and thanks to Larry for joining us as well. That's all we've got for this week's edition of Midstate News. I'm Matt Wetterston. And I'm Greg Toth. Join us again next week. Now back to you, Tony and Debbie.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Michelle. You know what's kind of interesting? This set looks vaguely familiar.
Why is that?
To where our interview subject said. We just pulled a quick change.
Yes, oddly enough, we did.
The
we
magic
did.
of television.
Hey, you know how we have in the news segment, we have that oddly enough segment that you just saw?
Sure.
Well, I have an animal, a pet of mine, my personal animal, that could be in the oddly enough segment.
How's that?
Well, I have a cat that weighs around a good solid 40 pounds.
Are you serious?
He's like bigger than, he's like bigger than a dog.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a big feline right there.
Well, I think that he has some kind of, he goes to the doctor a lot. He has some kind of medical problem.
Okay.
But other than that, he just likes to eat. He just likes to eat. He weighs more than like little children.
Does he have like what does he eat? Does he eat like a steak dinner or what's going on?
He's on a special diet from the vet. He can only have a certain kind of hard food. And he has a little bitty head and a little bitty tail and this like enormous body.
Oh
His girth is just like enormous.
Well, if he likes to eat, then maybe he should check out what we have this week on our Let's Eat segment with an animal bakery.
Come
here, Charlie. Thanks, Tony and Debbie. Today on Cayenne and Tayo, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to look at a bakery made especially for our four-legged friends called My Dog's Bakery. My Dog's Bakery is located on University by Schnucks Supermarket. Debbie Ford, co-owner of My Dog's Bakery, moved to Peoria 6 years ago and started the business just last March.
I turned 43 and unlocked the front door.
My Dog's Bakery is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They offer all different kinds of flavors for every pet's liking.
Oh, we've got a bunch of different flavors. Everything from peanut butter to barbecue to one of them's a soft bite for an older dog. In case it doesn't have enough teeth, it can gum it a little easier because it'll crumble instead of crunch. And those actually taste like oatmeal cookies. They need some frosting, but they're not bad.
And especially for those of us who have pets that rummage through the empty pizza boxes, they have their newest flavor, pizza.
It's got Italian seasoning and garlic and beef and oh, our dogs love the pizza, man. We have 7 dogs, so we needed to make it affordable so we could shop here if we wanted to.
Their average treat is less than $7 a pound.
So a pound of treats is about 20-25 biscuits.
You can be sure that the treats are fresh because they bake their own treats in the store themselves.
No preservatives, no additives, no stuff, I guess. Nothing that's gonna be able to be put in a time capsule and open up 25 years later and still eat it.
For all those worrying about your pet's health,
low-fat ones for the dogs that are a little bit overweight.
My Dog's Bakery offers more than just gourmet treats.
Along with other retail items like collars and leashes and cookie jars and toys and dog-related items, pet-related items.
Well, a healthy treat produces a healthy product. So please be respectful of your neighbors when you're out with your pet and clean up after them. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Cassie Hamilton and Charlie. Let's go back to the studio with Deb and Tony. Thanks.
Thank you, Cassie. So you were talking about Ruggles, is it?
The large animal
feline.
being.
Yes.
Yes, his name is Ruggles, and he has gotten. Maybe part of the problem is he has gotten treats from the bakery. I think I might have to stop that.
Maybe.
But I've given him treats from there before.
Have you ever tried any food made for animals? Because I've heard some people say, you know, it's not so bad, and I think to myself, why are you eating food made for animals in the first place?
Well, so I've never tried cat food because they have really fishy flavors, and it makes me really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But dog bones, like she was talking about, they have pizza flavored, and it's kind of dry. But yes, I have tried a milk bone before.
Wow.
Yes.
How did that work out for you?
It kind of tastes like you'd picture a milk bone to taste, if that makes sense. It's just very kind of dry and kind of like a nice wheat cracker.
Pretty crunchy, I imagine.
Yes. And very dry. It needs a little something to spice it up. You need a little dip or a little salsa.
That's horrible. Little nacho dip, some cheese, some ranch or something.
So, but I would not really recommend. I especially would not recommend trying cat food if I were you, because the flavors are just not human. Like ocean whitefish and tuna is what my cats prefer.
Sure, you might end up like a big fat cat too.
Which, speaking of big fat cats, is the subject we're talking about now. So we're going to go to Danielle Sines with our movie review.
Hello and welcome to Get Real. I'm Danielle Sines. This week we took a look at Garfield the Movie, an adaptation of the popular comic strip. Garfield the Movie stars Bill Murray as the voice of the comic cat, Becken Meyer as his owner John, and Jennifer Love Hewitt as Liz Watson, Garfield's veterinarian.
John, there's something important I need to ask you. Something that I wouldn't ask most of the guys who come in here.
Garfield's world is turned upside down with the addition of a new friend into his house.
I do. Liz, I've wanted to ask you the same thing for a very long time.
Are you sure that we're talking about the same thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've never been more sure of anything in my entire life. Liz, I'm ready to take a chance. I am ready for...
Thank you.
A dog. A dog. I'm ready for a dog.
I think he likes you.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Oh, he's a frisky little fella, isn't he?
His name's Odie, and he's not gonna make it if he has to live his life in a cage. He needs to be loved.
One question. Am I still gorgeous?
The transition.
John, I think we got a little problem here. John.
Although Garfield is hostile toward Odie at first, he eventually befriends him and sets out to rescue him when he runs away and is found by a sadistic TV personality looking for a new animal act.
Looky here. It's Odie. He's safe and sound. Although he seems to have found an alternative lifestyle. He still can't dance. Well, this gets me off the hook with John and the gang. Now, I'm gonna be the hero. That's one town. It's the one right by the blue and orange tree. Well, this doesn't feel pink building-ish.
At the same time, John and Liz search frantically for both Odie and Garfield.
Liz! What's wrong? Garfield's gone. I think he's run away too. First Odie, and now Garfield. Liz, I am the worst pet owner on the planet.
Wait, what happened?
I can't...
Garfield the movie is geared mostly toward kids, making it a great family movie. However, the computer-animated cat's amusing antics and the stunts performed by various real animals throughout the movie make it well worthwhile for anyone. That's it for this week's Get Real. Back to you, Tony and Debbie.
Thanks, Danielle. You know, we were talking about how Bill Murray did the voice of Garfield in the movie.
Yes, he did.
And it was kind of weird, or not weird so much, but kind of a huge change for him after he did that, because that was like right after he did Lost in Translation.
That's definitely a big change,
Like,
which was critically acclaimed with an Oscar nomination and, you know, kind of a big hit, you know, surprise hit in a way.
Right.
Whereas I don't think Garfield reached the same level, but targeted a totally different group of people. I mean, children, more than anything, I think.
Indeed.
So it was a big change for him. But something to check out. A fat cat we all love. We all know and love.
So you like to listen to music, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
This week, we like to bring in a lot of acts on State of the Arts. In the past, we've had a banjo performer, we've had a string quartet, you know, we've had lots of different acts. And this week we have a rock band. What do you think about that?
I think it's very exciting. I do. I always like hearing new bands, and rock music. It's pretty entertaining. Sometimes slower music, you're kind of just sitting there, but rock music, we can all kind of get it.
And I hear this week's our rock band this week is playing a concert for a good cause. So let's go to Ashley with State of the Arts and find out what they're all about.
Thanks, Debbie and Tony. Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of State of the Arts. I'm your host, Ashley Cassie, and with me today I have Enline, a new metal rock band from the area. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
You're welcome.
And
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here. So, Mr. Tony Jordan, drummer of the band, would you care to tell us a little bit about how you got started?
Well, me and John, this is our singer, John McLaughlin. We were in a band called Liberty Falls before, originally. The band broke up, just wasn't working out anymore. I put up an ad, seeking musicians. I was bored, honestly. He responded. He was in a band called Black, and this is Charlie Davis, lead guitar. We started jamming together, and then these guys came in. We tried out a couple singers. It wasn't working with them. He came in and been rocking ever since.
So you kind of came all from different areas?
Right.
And
right.
Do you do many gigs in the Peoria area?
Actually, we're kind of new. This is
our
second thing. So, I mean, we had one last month, and then we have this. So, moving along.
But you are a local band, correct?
Right.
So you do play in the area. And I hear you have a pretty big event coming up. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we do. It's a benefit for the Tazewell County House of Hope. It's a battered women's shelter in Pekin. And it's going to be November 20th at the AmVets on 2nd Street in Pekin. It's $5 at the door. There'll be 5 bands playing. Chicken Lab's going to be there, and they're like one of the big things around here right now. So they're a little weird, but we like them. So they'll be there with us. Syntax Air is going to be there, and all proceeds go to benefit the House of Hope. And that way, the goal is to build a shed, because wintertime's coming up. They have toys for the kids and, outside stuff that need to go in the shed. They don't have one, so, we're going to get that for them, and then I'm donating my time to build it. So, taking care of that.
Well, if there's people that can't make it to the concert, is there a way that they can contribute somewhere? Maybe they can send money?
Yeah, they can send the money to Stan Fitzenko. He can be reached at Edison Junior High School in Pekin. Honestly, I don't know the phone number, but he's the principal of the school. He can be reached there. They can send the money there. They can get a hold of us through our website. It's www.endline.tk. We have like 4 different mailing addresses on there and email addresses and all that stuff. So they can get a hold of us through there if they want to donate that way. Either way, you know.
Great. Well, thanks so much. Thanks for coming, guys.
Join Endline November 20th and help benefit the House of Hope. Contact Stan Fitzstanko, principal of Edison Junior High in Pekin, if you're interested in donating. Don't forget to stay tuned because after the break, Endline will be performing their song, Freak Out.
There's a lot of talk out on the street about his mother, your mother, their mother. But in the end, is anyone really even thinking about them?
Thanks, Endline, and thanks, Ashley. Great band, great cause.
You know, and they work very well with the local music scene. I've had a chance to see a lot of local shows, and just from being around this area for a while, I know that they fit in great with the scene. You know, and they seem like really nice guys too.
They do, and the fact that they're donating their time to this cause, and the fact they're building these shelters themselves, I think is just to be commended. I think it's definitely something to go check out, especially if you enjoy rock music.
Indeed. And they have a drummer named Tony, which scores points with me.
Which is like the perfect name. Like, how could, you know?
Right.
Come on. Especially for a drummer, a guy in a band.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good.
I'd actually like to go see them sometime because they sound like, you know, they have a really good sound, I think. And
I think they do. And personally, I usually don't listen to that kind of music all the time. But for that kind of music, I thought they were very good.
Sure.
Personally.
Sure. And they seem like if you saw them walking around on the street, that they'd be pretty nice guys.
They seem like very nice guys. So.
Indeed. Well, this week, speaking of street, we have our street team is out asking people animal-related questions. So let's see what street team has this week.
Hi, I'm Stephanie with the street team. We're here at Lulu's, located off of Washington Street, asking pet owners about their beloved fuzzy animals. Do you own any pets?
Yes, I do. I own a whole bunch of them. I own 2 dogs, 3 cats, 1 iguana, and 2 rats.
I have cats, dogs, birds, fish. I have 2 snakes, a short-tailed opossum, 1 rabbit, and let's see what else. Oh, and a tarantula.
Right now I have a German Shepherd, a cat, I have a snake, lots of fish, and a bird.
I have a rat, 2 dogs, 3 cats, and an iguana.
I have lots of animals here at the store, and since I own the store, I'm here all of the time, so I can kind of consider all the animals here that we have for sale my pets too.
Do they all get along, or do they cause problems in the house?
Oh, they all get along pretty well, I think.
There's actually, the rabbit does chase the cats around the house occasionally, but that's about it.
No problems at all. The cat plays with the dog. I have a probably 7-pound cat and a 70-pound German Shepherd, and they play just fine.
What's your favorite type of animal?
A dog.
That would be a dog.
Gotta say the dogs.
A dog.
Of course, this would be a Bichon Frise, which is my dog here.
Okay. Why man's best friend?
Because, I mean, they're friendly, they're, you know, they playful, they protect the house. Cats don't do that, they're evil.
Because they're fast, they're smart, and they're really nice.
Loyal and dependable and lovable.
Because they're so fun to play with, and they're like people. A lot of dogs are people friendly.
If you could adopt any type of animal, what would it be?
Dogs. I've had good experience with dogs. The funny thing is after that I would probably adopt a rat.
Iguana.
Actually, I would probably adopt a panther, a gecko,
another Bichon,
a rabbit.
Oh, probably a gray wolf pup. Could you make us an impression of your animal?
Ruff, ruff. Meow. Woof, woof.
Well, once again, this is Stephanie, and that's a wrap for the street team. Make sure you tune in with us again.
Thanks, Stephanie. Now, Debbie, listen, I know she talked badly about cats, but before you get too crazy here, she didn't mean anything by it.
She said they were evil.
Yeah.
Cats are not evil. I know people like dogs because dogs come when you call them, you can walk them, you can dress them. Cats are wonderful companions. Cats are great. They take care of themselves, they're independent. My little cat cuddles up to me at night, chases the big fat cat away. I mean, they're great. Cats are great pets.
Just in my experience, I've always known cats to be very prissy, but
not all cats are prissy.
okay.
Some of them, cats, some have aloofness, but a Bichon Frise might be slightly aloof, wouldn't you say?
Perhaps a little prissy too?
With a little rhinestone collar on. I've seen a lot of prissy dogs. I love dogs too. I love all animals.
Poodles
Don't
and
get me
such.
wrong. Yes, I love all animals, and I do want a dog. I think next year I might get a dog, a little Pekingese. But cats are not evil.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that more next week. Next week's show, it will be music related. So we're going to check out perhaps some local bands and some stuff in the area. But we'll get to that next week. Until then, thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Tony Heredia.
And I'm Debbie Hasselbacher.
See you next week.